O'Toole's campaign is getting roasted on social media for his animal welfare announcement, or as he put it, securing the future for our furry friends. In a 30-second video, voters were treated to a family photo of the O'Tooles with their Labrador Retriever Wexford, a delightfully chunky cat, and a larger-than-life collage of what else but more cute Wexford photos. Based on the visuals alone, one can be forgiven for writing the entire thing off as an attempt to tug on Canadians' heartstrings. But between the unabashed Wexford worship, there are good policy proposals that deserve serious consideration. O'Toole promises to get tough on abusers who hurt their spouse by abusing their spouse's pet, and to make it easier for women to leave abusive homes without having to abandon their pets. These aren't just throwaway feel-good promises. They have the potential to move the needle on one of the country's biggest women's issues, domestic violence. Every 6 days in Canada, a woman is killed by her intimate partner. Domestic violence has only increased during the pandemic and carries a significant cost not just for women, but also children and the economy. Canadian taxpayers spend $7.4 billion every year to deal with its after effects. The link between animal abuse and domestic abuse is clear. Studies show animal abusers are 5 times more likely to harm humans, and that 89% of women who had pets during an abusive relationship reported their animals were threatened, harmed, or killed by that very same partner. A press release issued after O'Toole's teaser video filled in the needed details about his policy. The Conservatives plan to add animal cruelty as an aggravating factor in domestic violence prosecutions, and also provide $10 million a year to train judges and prosecutors on the link between violence against animals and violence against people. We know that this country has a problem putting and keeping violent men behind bars, particularly so when they're accused of gender-based violence. We also know many Canadian spree killers and terrorists have histories of domestic abuse. These measures wouldn't just protect animals, they'd protect people, particularly women, children, and other vulnerable groups. They'd help make domestic violence charges stick and prevent future violence. The Tories also want to support pet owners fleeing violence by working with the sector to ensure there are better options for women to leave abusive homes without having to abandon their pets. As it stands, most domestic violence shelters don't accommodate pets. Advocates frequently cite pets as a significant but under-acknowledged barrier to women leaving toxic and dangerous partners. One study of women in Canadian shelters found 56% had delayed leaving because of not being able to bring a pet with them. Perhaps even more troubling, 1/3 of women who'd left their pet behind were considering returning to abusive homes. The major barrier to shelters accepting pets is funding. While the Conservative announcement may have leaned cutesy, the real issues at play when it comes to animal welfare and domestic abuse are anything but. O'Toole caught the public's attention. Now hopefully he can use it to start a long overdue conversation about domestic abuse in Canada.